Well, hello, howdy, welcome back to the channel. My name's Goose, and today we're going to be taking a look around my room. That's right, guys. You guys crushed the subscriber goal. Thank you so much. It took you guys 2 months. I was like, well, we could get it by the end of the year. 2 months? You guys are animals. What are they feeding you? Where are you guys coming from? Where are you hiding? We've got a couple areas of business to attend to. We've got the closet, the desk, this wall, and the china cabinet. So, let's get started. All right. Eyes up here, baby girl. You see these two images? So those I took with a little disposable camera while I was at a wilderness therapy camp. And that was interesting, to say the least. So when you get sent there, I gotta tell you this story. Goose Teeth lore drop, okay? When they send you there, your parents give you a little letter that they read in front of the entire camp, which is like, well, this is what you did to be sent here. And mine consisted of, one time when you were 8, you beat up your brother really bad, and you also recently, when you were 15, wrote smut about your boyfriend in a journal. It was like half a page. They dug through my backpack to find it. Crazy. At the time, though, I was like, oh my god. This is the end. Stop. This is the end. I'm such a horrible person. They had me convinced, okay? And so after they read my letter, this girl came up to me and she was like, girl, I'm here because I do drugs, and the other girl is here because she spent $5,000 on her mom's credit card. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here. These people, they're gonna kill me. It ended up being fine. And when they were like, hey, you can go home now, I was like, please don't send me home. Please don't send me home. I'd rather stay and dig a hole to shit in than go home. And that's on autism. Anyway, these were the only 2 good photos that I ever took, okay? I'll put some up on the screen here. They're all really bad. It's like if you gave a 5-year-old a camera and they just like held it by their side and took pictures as they were swinging their arm. I would like to say, if you see any brand names in this video, not sponsored, but if you'd like to, but not sponsored. So, we've got the flowers, okay? We've got, I think these are from weddings. This one, just random, I think. And then this one's for my birthday, which I had recently.
Because I'm 20. I'm a big, strong man.
I can't believe I just did that. So we've got my clothes, we've got my random shit, we've got Squishmallows. Let me bring you in a little closer. So we've got plenty of nonsense in here. So I used to have about 300 Squishmallows. I was obsessed. I was crazy. Honestly, my life is so much better now that I am off of this, off the fix. I was a fiend. But here's most of my tags. There's some like scattered above me, but these are the majority of the tags. I'll never be free. I'll never be free. Now you're probably asking yourselves, Goose, where did the rest of them go? You would think, well, Goodwill, friends and family. Most of them, I cut their faces out, and their skins are sitting in my closet waiting to be turned into a Squishmallow quilt. And honestly, you guys are going to be some of the first people to see this quilt if it gets done, because I am going to display that proudly. Bro, a little secret for me? Hell yeah. Secrets for me. The reasoning of why I got rid of all my Squishmallows is because the official Squishmallow posted on their Twitter one time. They were like, we support what's going on in Palestine. And I was like, oh, okay. Alrighty, moving on. Now, quick touch on the setup. We've got, my little, here, hold on. We've got this is Gorilla Glued into the wall. This is what holds my phone so that everything is like consistent in my videos. We've got things we need to clean up. We've got our fun little jar of animal erasers, and there's some food erasers in there too. Honestly, this is the boring section. This is the I have to go to work section. Now, onto the library where I only have the finest of literature. We've got your classics like the Gravity Falls #3 journal, Get in My Swamp, an ogre love story by G.M. Ferry, and of course, the 4 Minecraft handbooks. This, as soon as it came out, I was like, Mom, please please, I need $5 to buy this book. I always remember reading this stuff and being like, this is so complex. How am I ever going to build a lava pit trap? Guys, Goose Teeth Minecraft video. As soon as I get a PC, second channel's gonna go crazy. Oh, good morning. Oh, good morning, good morning. Alright, before the main event, we're moving on to my wall. A lot of these, like these three, the good ones, are from like Goodwill and stuff. These ones I did, these little 4 ones. This one, I kind of want to redo because it looks like a moldy orange. Can you even see that? Yeah. You can see it. It's supposed to be a blood moon, but it's doing its best, okay? It's doing its best. So I put this together. This is fake. I made this out of clay. And then these are all real. What would you even call this? Hanging thing for babies. A mobile? A mobile? I don't know. Man, listen. A bone mobile. That just doesn't sound right. Oh, my package is here. So I was hoping to get this up for the room tour. Those like outdoor porch lights. Shit's gonna look so fire, bro. I put the lights up. I shouldn't have done that because it's Friday and I gotta post on Sunday. But guys, look. It looks so good. Validate me in my procrastination. Now, moving on to the cool part of the video, we've got the china cabinet. Woo, we made it! We're gonna start with my rocks. Here's a rock. Here's a rock. I'm just kidding. So this rock I got from my best friend on my birthday, which is pretty swag. I also got this rock from my best friend, and she was like, man, I really don't want this rock. And I was like, alright, now onto the part of the video where things get a little bit gross. I've got bugs in here. I've got some like painted gore. It's not real. It's fake. YouTube, please, dear God. So we've got a plethora of stuff in here. This guy. Okay. So this bug, I don't know if you see him, please. So I was like minding my damn business. I was picking up my clothes in the bathroom and homeboy was under there. It's a camel spider. I can't give you, I don't know if you're gonna get a good look at him, but he was under my clothes and I was like, we made eye contact. I was flabbergasted. It was like 3 a.m. and I was like, I'm gonna die. He was staring at me. I was staring at him and he just was sitting there and I was like, is he dead? Is he done? And I just watched him. I was like, I'm gonna go get a cup just in case. And so I got a cup and as soon as I stepped foot into the bathroom, I don't know if he sensed my presence, but he started trying to book it up the wall and he was so fast. He was so fast. Put a cup on him and I was like, what do I do? So I grabbed, and it was 3 a.m. I could have just literally like slid an index card under the cup, put him outside, but I was just not thinking. So I grabbed acetone, nail polish remover, and poured it under the cup and waited for him to die. And then once he was like somewhat dead, like I thought he was gone. Foreshadowing, okay? I took him into my room. I started pinning him. I was like trying to get a good look at him, get a picture of him. Turns out it's called a camel spider or a sun spider. So that's what camel and sun spiders are known for, is being really fast. And so I'm pinning him and then I go to bed. And I wake up in the morning and bro is still kicking. I pop him in a bag and I spray raid on him and zip that shit shut. I was like, if he survives one more time, he's free to go. I don't want to mess with him. I don't want that smoke, you know? If he's got like a family, I don't want to meet him. You know what I'm saying? So then we've got this other bug that I've got. And when I picked him up, I thought he was dry. I thought it was good. And then I put him in a sealed jar. Fun fact, he had a little bit of moisture on him. I'm not opening this shit up. He's gross. We've got this bowl with all my little knickknacks. So these are pieces of my bunny, Bunnicula, who passed away somehow, okay? Well, not somehow, we had to put her down, but, like, we paid $1,000 to figure out how she got sick, and they were like, I don't know, and I was like, bro, what $1,400? What does that, what do you need to figure it out? Like, well, she's just like sick and stuff. It's like, this is another item from my time in the wilderness. This is like a spindle, and what you do is you make fire with it. And so if you didn't make fire, and this was like January in Utah, so if you didn't make fire with this, you're sleeping cold and you're eating cold. Whole sticks of butter dipped in brown sugar. My favorite. So we've got all my dolls. I love collecting dolls, okay? So these two right here, I'll open this one up for you. So these two, please, okay. These two are from Facebook Marketplace. Now, if you're like a little collector, a little gremlin of sorts, I would say Facebook Marketplace is your best bet. Forgot to say, this one was also from Facebook Marketplace. The rest of them, so this one, and this one on the end, they all came from a family reunion. Now, I gotta tell you this story, all right? So I was at a family reunion. I don't know anybody. And I'm like, man, this is like real awkward. And then I step up under this like big awning, and there's tables of stuff. And I'm like, so what's all this stuff for? One of the ladies is like, oh, Patty's giving away stuff. She's like moving, so she has to get rid of all of her stuff that she can't take with her. So is it like for free? She was like, yeah, like go on ahead, take whatever you need. And then the lady was like, you see all these dolls here? Here, have all of these dolls. And I looked at my grandma, I was like, Grandma. She said I could have them all. And Grandma was like, no, don't tell her that, she'll take them all. And I was like, bro, quit telling on me. And so then I saw this one. I think it was this one first. And I was like, okay. And I carried her to my car. And I walked all the way down the hill and then walked back up. It's like half a mile to get to my car. And I'm walking back and forth. I take this one next. I go back. I think I took... So this came from there also. Bro, you can't... Dude. And then I see this one. And I'm like, look how pretty that is. The beading, immaculate. The little, like the props even. I'll put a picture on the screen. The props are just gorgeous. And I was like, oh yeah, you're coming with me. I was informed that there was another doll, but somebody had already taken it. I was like, oh, my poor little collection heart, okay? And I was like, I gotta find this person, gotta find the doll, and I'll take a picture and see if it's under $100, because I'm getting it otherwise, And so I find the doll, and as I'm taking a picture of it, the lady that has the doll comes up to me and is like, are you Waisel? And so a little context, my name is also my great-great-grandma's name, and that's what this whole family reunion is centered around. It's that family. I'm like, yeah, and so she's like, oh, I heard you have the other doll. Do you want this one? I was like, it's all right. She's like, no, take it. And I was like, are you sure? Take it. You're good. Are you 100% sure? And she's like, no, absolutely. Your name's Waisel, so you have to have it. I don't know what that means, but okay. You don't have to convince me. You don't have to tell me 3 times. I've got to show you this guy. So this is a doll that my dad got on his Mormon mission to France, and he was teaching this little old lady, and she was like, son, you have to take this doll and give it to your firstborn daughter. And he was like, okay, sounds good. Does that not sound like a curse to you? Like some kind of Rapunzel or Sleeping Beauty? Anyway, it's just like, haha, funny stuff. So it's definitely not the next day. Definitely not because I forgot the most important part of the video, the thing that's in the literal thumbnail. So, that last clip you saw, I had to record again. I went through editing, and my hair was touching the mic and scraping against it. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. So here he is. My little fella, I put him in a jar because he scares me. I feel like if I have him free for too long, he'll end up me. There's my little fella. You have to hold his head like a newborn baby, because if you don't, it just like falls over. Anyway, but that's my little guy. I made this when I was in my first apartment. with a friend. It turned out to be like the most awful time ever. She like turned me into her little maid and then was like telling our mutual friend like she likes my boyfriend. She like has a crush on my boyfriend. And then the mutual friend was like, but apparently, like, I've heard from other people, she, like, did that a lot, where she was like, you like my man, you're a my man liker, and it's like, oh my gosh, bro. So it ended up being, like, this whole thing. She, wasn't taking care of her cats, like, the house stunk. It stunk. I ended up being there when her other cat, like her pregnant cat, had babies. Like, it was just, like, a mess, and she was super, like, financially, incompetent, or I'd like to think it was incompetence, like benefit of the doubt. There were some things that happened, and all of them were just so emotionally stunted, incredibly unintelligent in that aspect. And so, like, being around them was just so hard on me. And so I ended up being like, hey girl, I gotta go. Like, I can't do this anymore, like physically, mentally, and just financially, because she ended up, like, my bank account ended up getting drained in seconds from living there because, fun fact, when I got there, the electricity was out, and she had told me that that was the previous roommate's fault. I think it was a dual effort. Get back in the jar, you abomination. Anyway, guys, I think that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry if there's anything that I missed. I did my best. I promise. I pinky promise. The week was kind of crazy, not gonna lie. It was just like a week. Like, I haven't been able to go to the gym, and like, guys, fun fact, I'm a fucking gym rat. I haven't been able to go to the gym in like 2 weeks. I'm so miserable. I need the endorphins. We should be up to schedule for like the next couple weeks. I have been trying to keep to schedule, posting every Sunday, but let me tell you, with a job, that's a little but yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will catch you back here next time.